Hi again, and welcome back to Paths That Cross. I am your host, Marilyn Banks, holistic life coach and counselor for body, mind, and spirit unity. Well, we cannot talk about stress without talking about depression. I looked up the meaning of depression in my dictionary just to see how it was defined. It maintains its low in spirit. Then I checked my handy-dandy thesaurus, which says it's a period or spell of dismally low spirits. Of course, there is plenty of clinical jargon out there to anyone wanting or needing to find out about it, but holistically, I find it interesting that these two common reference books speak of depression as being a state of our spirit. And so she wrote, I do want a session with you because I need to talk with someone who has your perspective. But what will I say that is different from what I've already whined about? The final days at that job I was fired from are popping back into my head again, and why? It just makes me feel so bad about myself. I woke up again last night at 2 a.m. and couldn't get back to sleep. As each day ticks by that I'm still unemployed, it feels my chances decline of ever getting a job. I sent my resume to the headhunter that got me the other job, but it felt like it just fell into the big black hole just like all my other applications. I'm crying and I feel miserable and I'm tired and I have a long day ahead of me. I don't know how to feel my emotions, that is, hopelessness, but at the same time, I have faith and trust that all is well. I feel like I'm caught in a nightmare of a spin cycle. See, I need to get my head on straight before I have a session with you. I know better than all of this. I'm afraid you'll give up on me. Well, the first line of my reply to her read, No, my dear, I won't give up on you, but don't you give up on you. So off we go into the desolation and the depths of depression to holistically probe what's really going on and talk about a few things that can be done to help ourselves out of these low valleys we periodically walk into. To talk about depression, a short discussion on energy needs to be introduced as to what it is and how it affects our thinking, our moods, and even our attitudes on our mental body, physical body, and most especially on this unique spiritual body of ours. Energy is everything, and everything is energy about us, about life, about the universe. Our thoughts produce lasers of energy. Our spirit appears as a cloud of magnetic energy. Our entire body produces and works off energy. I remember hearing a man speak many years ago about how the field of medicine incorrectly trains doctors to be chemical engineers instead of electrical engineers for the human body. So we're going to discuss energy for just a moment or two, as it is necessary to help understand depression, or any illness for that matter. Earth herself vibrates to a low energy, as does our normal physical body, and we always have energy running through us. Any body worker, as well as those who are sensitive to energies, can actually feel it run through the body of another person, or even themselves. Our chakras are energy centers. Our aura is energy. And from the soles of our feet, we pull in energy that moves up through our body, energizing every cell, every molecule, as it streams out the top of our head and releases back into the universe. As physical beings, we are connected to the earth, and as spiritual beings, we are cosmically connected to the universe. Think about it. When our spirit feels good, our energy vibrates at a higher frequency, and we feel it. When we're feeling good about anything, whether it be about ourselves, about others, about a situation, about life, or when we are happy or feeling joy, the momentum of energy running through us increases, and we feel energetic. We feel high on life, and it feels good because our spirit is being electrically charged. If we could literally touch the Godhead of the universe, which is an energy of pure love, we would be fried to a crisp, because the voltage of the love energy is so high, there is no way our physical body could tolerate it. Think about those times when you felt good. I mean, really good. When you're on top of the world. Think about when you are extraordinarily excited about something or someone. You remember what it's like to meet someone special and then fall in love, yes? Well, there are people who become addicted to the rush of energy produced at that time, and they move from one relationship to another, desperately needing to maintain the euphoric feelings that it produces. But that's another topic. Nevertheless, it's at those times when we feel overwhelmed with optimism and grand positive feelings of well-being that we can literally feel the vibration increasing through our body, the energy expanding, building, inflating. Our spirit soars and the energy increases, and we become a human balloon being pumped full of so much energy and at such a high frequency that it hurts. We are not able to tolerate the escalated vibration, and we crash. When the balloon bursts, releasing that intense pressure, our mood plummets, and we're left feeling exhausted and perhaps a bit sad. It's a long way from the high we'd just been feeling, but at least our feet are touching the ground again, and that feels like a relief. It feels normal. Why? Because our physical body can't tolerate such a surge of escalated voltage. It has to be conditioned for it. When we are at our physical, emotional, and spiritual best, the vibration streaming through our body runs higher than usual, reflecting the natural state of our spirit. A natural state of happiness, joy, love, play, contentment, a zest for life. Our waking hours are full of productivity and vigor until we run out of juice, and then we sleep in order to re-energize. We recharge our batteries so we are good to go once again, until at one time or another, life's carousel that goes round and round takes us up, will also bring us down, setting us up for disappointment, struggle, stress, and depression. That naturally high energy state of our spirit holds a great optimism for life, loves it, sees it as an adventure, and ready to experience exactly where it's going to take us. However, when we're depressed, those life energies running through our physical bodies are depleting. The lower the vibration, the lower our spirit, as it literally fades away from us, hiding itself in some deep, dark place within. Can't think, emotionally vanilla, no fun, no play, no excitement, bored to tears, restless, lethargic, no wanna do anything. And I don't give a damn, just let me sleep. Pessimism and complacency set in, but in all fairness, there's just no energy there to draw from. It's crisis time, all right, a spiritual one. It is said that depression is unexpressed anger turned inward. Louise Hay says it's caused by anger we feel we don't have the right to have, a hopelessness. So in other words, guilt for being angry and a helplessness to do anything about it. Well, it takes more energy to repress our emotions, our true feelings, than it does to express them. and most especially anger. Oh, we can hold them back for a while, but at some time the resistance will wear us out, and that's when the feelings of helplessness consume us. Feelings of being powerless to do anything that will help ourselves or the conditions that have caused the anger. So we begin to believe, what's the use? And we give up. How do we cope with this type of lifeless, spiritless energy? Well, first, it has to be recognized for what it is and that it's causing a problem. There was a time when there was a stigma to depression, but thankfully it's not perceived as such today. The good news is there are options for help. The best way to begin is with an honest reflection of ourself and the conditions in our life, the thinking, the attitudes, the negativity behind those thoughts and feelings that we replay over and over and over. Not only what they're saying, but how they're saying it. The first question is there anything you can do to change the situation? Obviously, if it is because of a trauma such as a death or heartbreak, it's going to take the time needed to walk through the natural process of grieving, which, by the way, includes a stage of depression. However, if the depression is from something that you do have the power over, it can be changed. For instance, a job that's going nowhere, or during these times, joblessness. One small step could be taken by initiating action and updating the resume, spend time online job searching, and utilizing some creativity by contacting companies you think you'd like to work for, or take a look at what's available in other fields. But send out those resumes. Don't sit there waiting for a call or a reply that's saying, "Where have you been? We're waiting for you." Send out scads of resumes. Go with the law of abundance, and one of them will land in the right place at the right time and will work for you. But do it. And in the meantime, your spirit lifts just a bit because you know you're doing something. You are initiating a positive energy even when playing the waiting game. And while waiting to hear from one of those fabulous jobs that's exactly right for you, you can change the focus of your thinking, take your mind off you and all the lousy stuff going on in your life or not going on. Take your mind off your dilemma and change the course by thinking about something good for a change. Perhaps changing those little things, those small habits that you really don't need and that aren't doing anything constructive for you. And if you are really honest, you know you're sick and tired of it anyway and only do it just because you always do it. How about doing something extra good for yourself? Maybe something extra nice or gentle or relaxing? Something different, but something you've always wanted to do but never did. Push the start button. Initiate. Clean up your attitude. Initiate some effort and you automatically increase the energies, and you know you feel good when you're doing something productive, and just feeling good is energizing and much better than taking an antidepressant. Begin by paying close attention to your thoughts, recognizing and identifying the negativity you're putting out in them, in you, and you really feel that way. The answer might be yes, but do you really want to feel that way? By analyzing your own thoughts and how you feel, you begin actually identifying your attitudes. And many times, it is the attitude and perception that feeds the depression. As you make changes, even the small ones, your energies increase, and your life starts to turn around too. Yeah, it may seem like baby steps, but babies get where they want to go, and it is progress. Exercise. Run, walk, get out that old bike smothered in dust. Go to the gym, work out, walk in the park. Play on those swings. go to the beach, hike the hills, but keep your physical busy. Keep your mind busy by thinking about something outside of your problems. Take the focus off of you. Think of something good. Think of something beautiful, something positive. And don't forget to breathe. Bring in that good air of life. Your spirit will be grateful. Keep yourself around positive and supportive people. And yes, they're out there if you look. People who feel good about themselves and about life. Get outside of yourself and observe folks who enjoy play, who enjoy sports, who enjoys leisure, who likes to laugh and have a good time, who feels good about feeling good. Get yourself to some place where you can watch little kids playing. Oh, there's nothing quite like the spirit of joyful children at play and simply being little kids. But put yourself around happy things. It's contagious. It's when there's no joy that there's depression. If the people around you are negative thinking, pessimistic, always bitching, never willing to do anything for themselves to prove their own situation except complain, always on a downer and bringing others down who are around them too, well, it's time to find new friends, or if necessary, find new employment. You have far more power than you realize. Power to change the status of your energies, your mood, of your life. By doing something, you are re-energizing and will feel better about it, about yourself, even if it's temporary. And as your energy increases, your stamina does too, and you are able to retain more energy. And your mood? Well, as your thinking changes from the negative to the positive, so does your mood too, and your actions, and all of it giving you better options. As your choices change, so does your situation. Start a grateful journal now. Don't worry about it being fancy. Use a ruled school notebook with lots of pages. Don't worry about spelling, punctuation, grammar, or neatness. It is the energy behind what you are writing that counts. Start the writings by reflecting on and listing, journalizing, writing out the good things in your life, things you are thankful for. How about starting with your health? How about the people you know, those who have been or who are in your life and who love you in spite of you? How about being grateful to have a job? Perhaps it's not exactly what you want, but it's taking care of your needs. And if there isn't a job and you are bummed because there's not one, well, turn off the TV, crawl off the couch, and get on the computer or find a hungry headhunter, but commit to landing one and get out there to look for one with the intention of finding it and landing it. If money or finances isn't a problem, well, be very thankful for it. How about writing about those things you always take for granted, such as the miracles that have come your way during those times you needed them the most? How about being thankful that throughout your life all of your needs have been met? Not the wants or desires, perhaps, but your needs. Your needs are always met by divine right order. It's law. Yes, write. Write the small gratefuls that turn into the big ones. Write as the thoughts come to you. Write about all that good in your life and around you. And as you write, focus on it. Each day, you will find more and more energy to put on the paper, and you will feel yourself pick up. You will feel yourself feeling better. You will have more energy and desire to get out and do so much more, but your spirit is coming back. You hear yourself laugh as you feel the joy, and And who knows, maybe get out there and see those little kids again. The point is, as you change your thinking, your circumstances automatically change too. Positive change always creates vitalized energy. What and how you think, what it is you believe, is what you attract to you in your life. It's the law of attraction. Go for it. It's free. So, they say it's anger turned inward. Just what is that all about? It's time to bring it to the front, to look at it, to deal with it, and do something about it so you can begin enjoying yourself, enjoying others, and enjoying life again. If you feel you need to reach out for emotional and mental support, then do it. You have the power to initiate the changes needed to make your life fulfilling. But nothing is going to change until you make the first move, and you have to want it to get it. Just how far do you want to free fall before finding someone with a net? There are things you can do to help yourself for these minor type depressions, beginning with changing the focus of your thoughts. That will change the focus of your life. Exercise your mind, your body, your emotions, and begin to give yourself permission to feel the happiness, to feel the joy, contentment, and gratitude. Fill your life with beauty and joy, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. It's not the what it is, but the is. Bring light into the darkness by bringing in the positive. You know, I've talked about the brat, that inner critic that can never be satisfied. Well, counter that brat. Stop his mind bashing by ignoring him. Cancel out his negative thoughts and replace them with positive ones. Erase those tapes and begin recording a whole new set of positive thinkings. Bottom line, you have the power to change your life. Now, this particular discussion has been on minor and temporary depression, those natural blue mood swings and low cycles that we all experience at some time in our lives. Some of it brought on by conditions outside of ourselves, and sometimes we've had a hand in it too. But hopefully, whatever the circumstances behind it, we will be forced to analyze and define what it is we really want for ourselves and need to do to live a happy, contented, and fulfilling life. However, with that being said, if you or someone you love or know shows signs of serious feelings of chronic impending doom, and bogged down with acute sadness and feelings of emptiness, and are apathetic to an extreme, or have dire feelings of self-helplessness or worthlessness and or futility, and keep themselves holed up in their room and won't come out, or have cut themselves off from others, isolating themselves from the outside world as much and as often as they can, or are always exhausted and all they want to do is sleep, have lost their appetite and not wanting food, or the other extreme, stuffing themselves. If they're drinking or drugging way too much, if they have drastic mood swings and are unpredictable, possibly a danger to themselves or anyone else, well, get professional help. And any of the listed signs could be classic symptoms of various types of clinical depression, and they are caught in an all-consuming illness that's interfering with day-to-day living and their ability to cope. And they need to be professionally diagnosed and treated. It is not to be assumed that these types of clinical depression are in any way the same as the minor type depression and mood swings that I've been speaking of. So it is the power of our thoughts that creates our reality. We manifest the dominant energy, whether it be a positive or negative influence. It is the survival of the fittest. So being aware of our thoughts and controlling them and directing them is how we can begin to climb out of the depths of our despair and up the ladder to success. And so now we talk about affirmations. Through the power of our constant thinking, we are affirming what we think and how we think it all of the time, over and over and over. And we're programming those messages into our subconscious. Through the repetition of thoughts, attitudes, and beliefs that support our thinking, we create the outcome that mirrors our literal programming. What we put in is what comes out. And for instance, when we hear ourselves saying over and over and over again, "I hate my job. I hate it." Whether we do or not, we need to cancel out that thought and replace it with a positive one, preferable one that will expedite a positive change. An example would be, "I now accept this financially lucrative job that I love." And then repeat that over and over again, just as we repeat the negative affirmation. Either way, we are defining and creating exactly what we're wanting, believe it or not. It takes awareness and a recognition of exactly what it is we're thinking, especially when we're not paying attention to the randomness of our thoughts. It takes a discipline to listen for the negativity we're constantly thinking and on our mind that we're barely aware of, and we have to cancel them out. It can be done. Positive affirmations create a positive change. What and where we place our attention is what expands in our life. It grows. It's that natural law of attraction again. So we have to learn to pay attention to our thoughts, no matter how random they are. We would be shocked at how much negativity is played over and over and over in our head because we're not paying any attention to the thousands of thoughts we run through in a day. Consciously or not, there's a lot of bitching going on in there, and our subconscious is picking it up, recording it, never vetting it or caring if it's the truth or not. Affirmations is a learned thing, or I should say, relearned thing. So behind our thoughts are our beliefs, and they tell us how we feel. Beliefs are deep feeling experiences and are responsible for the quality of our lives. And as we transform the quality of our beliefs, we are transforming our life. What we believe is what we have faith in as being truth. Our beliefs is where we place our confidence. So it's through our thoughts, our feelings, and our beliefs that gives us the power to create, to manifest our reality. Whether it be for the positive or the negative, the conditions in our life reflect what we believe, what we hold as being our truth. If we are not happy with what we've created for ourselves, we have the power to change it. So I have one more email I want to share with you. It's from a client I've worked with for many, many, many years, and I've watched her courageously work on herself. And it hasn't been all that easy for her, believe me. This path of self-awareness never is. But when we're on it, we know it's the path that we belong on. Anyway, I received this just this morning. Good morning, Marilyn. What a week! I really have a sense of such inner happiness that isn't tied to my outer circumstances. I've been experiencing it for the last week or so. I wake up in the morning just smiling. I went to work yesterday and my co-workers even commented on about how happy I've been. They asked me if they could have the same drug that I'm taking, and then they said, well, on second hand, they probably couldn't handle being that happy. And as a side note, wow, think about that, Marilyn. What a negative affirmation. Well, I continue. I think it stems from sheer gratitude. Am I reaping what I've sown? I have been a diligent student in learning new things, in changing my beliefs, in being honest with myself. And you've said it so many times, but I can finally see that I'm in the minority. And although it can be a rough ride and lonely at times, it's the path meant for me. I'm detaching from the fact that others may never see the benefits and that they think I'm foolish. I won't even berate them for their choices because it's their choice and how they choose to live their life. All I can say is it's working for me. My goal for many years has been to find peace and happiness, and I usually get stuck on seeing how far I still have to go, but I'm just so grateful for how far I've come. Isn't that a great place to be? I've bemoaned not having any goals, but aren't peace and happiness the same goals? The majority of people don't have the courage to even let themselves think about it. Instead, they try to rely on external things to be their salve. But the styles keep changing and new trends keep developing, and they're never happy. They just can't find it. Oh yeah, I am smack dab in the middle of my power spot, and it feels so good. And once and for all, hallelujah. Well, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Talk about making my day. I am Marilyn Banks. Check out my website for my counseling and coaching and meditation classes, my workshops, and my meditation CDs for deep relaxation and chakra balancing and body, mind, and spirit well-being. Well, there it is. There's that music I love, reminding me it's time to go. But in the meantime, remember to slow down, to take a deep breath and reflect on the good that's all around you. Peace be with thee, O beautiful ones. Life is good.